What is good, y'all SUG family? It's your boy SmooveGotGame back, or should I say GM Smooth back with another Road to the Show rebuild here on MLB The Show 25, as we will be rebuilding another baseball franchise. You guys have really loved this series, man. I mean, I went back and looked at the numbers. Some of my most viewed videos are like 8 of my top 10 most viewed videos are my MLB The Show franchise rebuilds. So you guys love these series. So make sure you guys continue to show that love and support, man. Liking the video, commenting down below what you guys think, moves that I'm making, just any thoughts that you have for the series. Let it be known down below, man. That's more engagement, gets it pushed out to more people. And in case you missed the teaser where I did drop what team I'd be utilizing here, I am going to be using the Los Angeles Angels this season. It's a team on the AL side, switching back over to the AL from NL last year, that I saw was struggling last year, finished last in the division. Roster didn't look too good. And I mean, they obviously have a pretty big budget, so free agency is going to be an option for us. But I really want to try to home grow this team and get a lot of people, and they kind of fit my normal building styles. They like to draft young players and bring them to the show quickly, and that's what I like to do. Find those great MLB ready gems. As you can see here, we will still have some of the good talent at the top end of the roster. Mike Trout, still a 96 overall at 33 years old, 13 years in the league. Still one of the best players in the league, but has been having some injury troubles here recently. As you see, the durability is kind of low, and you see he hasn't played really like a full season, or at least a big majority of a season, since 2022. Last time he did that, though, he batted 283, had 40 home runs. But just having two back-to-back seasons that were kind of cut short since then have kind of hindered his ability to keep going with the good development, keeping it a 99 overall. Of course, can't be a 99 if you ain't on the field. So we'll have to see if we're dealing with that trouble. I also have him locked up till 2030 thanks to this big contract. So one of my very first options will be, do I trade and move on from him to let other stars like Zach Neto shine? Drafted back in 2022, he's already has almost 2 years of MLB service. He's got great contact versus rights, batting 249 last year, but 23 home runs and 77 RBIs. That is a pretty good, what you would consider like a rookie campaign. First full rookie year, playing 155 games out of 162. He's going to be a very good shortstop piece here for us. You of course know that shortstop is the defensive anchor. Had 18 errors, so 97% fielding percentage. We can stand to raise that a little bit, but a 2 WAR and a lot of team control tells me he's going to be a part of this future. Jose Soriano, a starting pitcher that I'm looking at. Slowly, I'm starting to realize that these C potentials can have a role on my team. Not everybody has to be a B or an A potential, because that'll get very costly very quickly. So we're going to need some of these C potential young guys to step up and lead. Now, it's obviously not going to happen that quickly, so 26 could quickly turn into 28, 29. But will he have trade bait value later on in his career? I hope so, because as of right now, he's one of the only starting pitchers I got my eye on, as everybody else is a C potential. Only B potential is Old and Tyler Anderson. If you look at the whole roster as a whole, there's not too many B potential prospects anywhere. I mean, even at reliever, we have a couple of B potential prospects that are relief pitching, closing pitching, not too much here, so we're going to have to rebuild that. Catcher, we do have Logan Ohapi. I hope I'm saying his last name is Ohapi or Ohop, as he is a 25-year-old B potential. He's already up to 79 overall. He's a decent player, but the offense has not been there yet so far in his career. So we definitely want to make sure we're trying to boost that as much as possible. And he has a lot of team control left as well before he hits free agency. Only 4 more years left of that. Then you have Ryan Noda over here at first base, along with Nolan Schmaltz. So 2 good young first basemen, both at B potential. Hopefully Nolan takes off since he's the younger one, and we'll have him a lot longer. Batted 250 last year, having 147 games played. The defense definitely needs some work, though, if he's going to play over at first base. Second base, we have Christian Moore, who I'm really excited about. B potential, 62 overall, but he's 22. So that's going to be another key center point for us here. Third base, I'm definitely going to want to kind of rebuild. Shortstop, obviously, we have Zach Neto, who we've already looked at. But the outfield, obviously, too, will need to be rebuilt. Everybody's old that even is good in the outfield. And the major question is what to do with Mike Trout. Joe Adell looks like he could be a centerpiece that takes over the outfield spot for us with that B potential at 25 years old. So maybe kind of a newer outfielder to build around to let Mike Trout go. But as far as team money is concerned, I mean, we're not really fighting for our life with these cap spaces. I mean, looking into 2028, there's only 2 guys signed past 2026 right now, and 3 guys making above 20 million. But Anthony Rendon's last year of his contract is next year. I don't think he's probably gonna play good enough for me to trade out of it, so we're gonna have to eat that money for 2 years. Yusel Cucci, Hopefully he plays up to that money, but I don't know if we'll sign him past that, third year of 18. Maybe try to trade him if he has a good enough year. But this is where we're going to really be building the team here with our scouts. We have 3 really good scouts here. Efficiency is always high except for Francis, who has high discovery. We have one guy that's good at position players, one guy that's good at pitchers. So we can kind of focus on 2 different aspects of this team all at once. Looking at our position players, looking at our pitchers, and even the one that's good at pitchers, he has a decent position player rating and good efficiency, so he can still help out when we're looking at those bigger positions. So, and I want to have one scout at least focused on discovery, at least during the beginning part, to find new players to kind of look at as we're helping build out our board. So, of course, what is an opening video without an opening day game? We will be getting into game 1 of the year here in 2025. I'm not going to spend too much time here in the series going through the first year. We're going to try to get through the season, honestly, pretty quickly. Maybe 4 episodes, 5 at the max. So we're going to try to push through this season and kind of really get to next year. So, of course, we're going to focus on the scouting. That's going to be a big focus. We should at least have our draft here this year, our very first draft of the series, where we'll actually get to pick up a player and stuff like that. So we'll get our first round of draft picks in, but we'll mainly be focusing on year 2 with those younger prospects and a second round of draft picks. But as you can see here, the team is not expected to be good at all. I mean, Mike Trout's only leading in 2 categories. That's OPS and WAR. Both of those are pretty low. Home runs, 25 by Soler is pretty low. 68 RBIs is extremely low for a team leader. I mean, not even one person will hit around 80, 90, even breathe on 100. Now, for the White Sox, though, who we're playing our opening day game against, we have our tough task here with Brees Wilson trying to face off against our line. But that's kind of disrespectful for Luis Refringo to have 300 average last year. And they don't even have anybody above 260 in our entire batting order. Is kind of disrespectful, but I guess the team is deserved. When you come in last place, you don't really get respect. So we'll be going through these games, a lot of player lock games, a lot of quick manage games, a lot of, kind of just jumping in and out of games, kind of hitting in some good key spots, kind of like the play your moments mode in Madden, coming into clutch situations, jumping in and out of those. And then, of course, you have the critical situations in between games. I got that set to very, very critical situations here in this first year so we can get through it pretty quickly. But there won't be as many full games. Full games will be very, very, very important. Like, we're about to clinch the division if we win or lose. Postseason games, I feel like opening day games may or may not always be a full game thing. At least here right today it will be, as we go and fly this one out to left field. And Nolan will this one right to the left fielder popped out. And we're going to do post-commentary style on this. I know if you guys are used to my Madden rebuild, I do it live commentary. This is more post-commentary. We kind of look to go back and really I want to story tell more with this, right? We want to story tell how this team goes from bad to good. And off rip, I'm liking what I'm seeing here with this team. You see Kukichi? I hope I'm saying, I know I'm butchering that name terribly, but a 4.05 ERA from last year. We're looking to improve that if you're going to be our ace. And I'm not even going to lie to y'all, today, he was wheeling and dealing. It was a very good game pitching-wise for, honestly, both teams, as you guys will see, as it looks like both offenses still wiping the sand dust out of their eyes. They are a little bit tired. So we go ahead here, 1-2. Looking downstairs, and one thing that we will be doing here, classic batting, classic pitching, letting the ratings tell everything that needs to be told. I'm not even using the PCI here, which also means I upgraded the rating. If you guys know about my A series, we're doing the dynamic hitting over there, but on here it will be all-star hitting and pitching. Now, of course, if that starts to get too easy as I start to play the game more, we will upgrade the rating. Like if I'm coming out here and I'm winning every single game that I'm touching, or I'm getting hits every time I'm coming up to bat, okay, we know something's going up. There's obviously times where you're gonna go through a hot streak, but if it's every single time, then I know it's time to go and raise up them difficulties here. As we get a fly ball going out to right field, Trout's going to have to go back to the wall and get this one. Or them old legs carry, they will not. It'll hit up against the wall. Easy double here. We'll see if they try to go for the play that they won't. And a quick bit of trouble here for UC. His runners will be at second and third here. Only one out for Luis Roberts Jr. All he needs is a ball in the air to bring home the first run of the game. And that's not stopping UC from attacking up in the zone. You see back-to-back up there. Then we go change the eye level down low. Gets him to chase 2-2. As that circle change is not off for that. Well off the plate. Full count now. In on the hands is called strike 3. Beautifully touching that corner. And with the 0-2 here to Lynn Sosa. Still trying to get him to chase as well as we want to end this with a strikeout. Don't put this in play if possible, as our first baseman, Schnell, will go ahead and grab that one in. And that'll end the first for us. But like I said, he was dealing today. So you see after that first inning with a little bit of a scare, what kind of settled down from there. 1-2 here, chops it right over to first base. We run this over. Out number 1 here in the second, Michael A. Taylor, who, if y'all remember, I wanted to rebuild around him in one of my other series. We get him to go ahead and swing down on strikes there. And then Corey Lee here, full count. Watching that one in on the hands. That's 2 quick strikeouts there in that inning. As we come back for the third here, and he's still moving. Corey Lee popped up to Joe Adele, who hopefully can take off in this series. I'm hoping he plays a big role in this. Love some of the young talent that we have on the Major League roster already. We just need them to have good seasons to continue their development, and hopefully don't send them back down to the minors, as they haven't had much minor league time anyway. So we definitely can spare off 2 maybe quick waivers if we need to have them get some better development if they're struggling up here. That's 3 innings quickly down, and like I said, they were doing it the same thing too. Brees Wilson getting Soler down on strikes. Logan O'Hop popping his up to right field, at least making it to the outfield, as that'll be gloved in with ease. And then Yonan Moncada, 0-2, flies this one towards the gap. It will get into the center fielder's glove for out number 3. And we go to the third as Taylor Ward. He lines the first pitch he sees out to center field. That'll get down, though, for a base hit, as we're finally getting our first hit of the game here. Took a little minute to get it going, but the bats might finally be alive, as Joe Adele showing off some power here on the cutter, going deep back to left field, and it'll be gloved in for out number 1. Seeing some of the potential leaders down low. Of course, you won't see any of our people there, not only just because it's the NL, but because they rate our team extremely lowly and disrespectfully. But we're going to see if we can change their minds with that. I don't even know if I really would say that I want to do too good. As you can see in the first 4 innings, both sides completely shut down. Only 3 hits for them, 2 for us. 5 Ks, though, compared to their 3. And you see here, after going through some work, Shane Smith actually comes into the game. They're the first one to go to their bullpen here. I think they only allowed him to go 5 innings. So that's one thing I've noticed, too. A lot of pitchers, especially starters, don't have very good stamina. They're not really going past 5 from videos that I've seen and just how I've seen the game play. They're not going too deep in the ballgame, so hopefully we can get starting pitchers that change that line of thinking, because when you bring in the bullpen, you bring in some pain, as Joe Adele starts us off right. 448 feet for the Angels, and that is long gone. Solo home run for the Angels. They take a 1-0 lead. Exit velo of 109. That is crazy. Joe Adele just completely smacked. I don't know if that was a cutter or a slider, but it was right there, hip level. You see, it just jumps off the bat to the deepest part of center field, and everybody knew that was going. I like the new camera angle on that one. They just immediately showed him just standing at the plate. You just knew it was gone. Everybody knew that ball was leaving the yard. And we might be able to show off a little bit of power. Now, they still keep going to their bullpen after this. As Gus Varlin goes and comes in, that was the only offense we were able to pick up in that inning. Here as we go ahead and jump ahead forward to the top of the 7th. 2 outs already in this inning behind Gus, looking to shut us down. But Logan will chop this one up the middle. Shortstop will not be able to glove this one cleanly, and we'll have just enough speed to get over to first base. And Yonan Moncada will come up after him with a 1-2. Get a four-seamer out, or circle change out of the zone, and chop this one right up the middle. For now, runners at first and second. Here with 2 outs, probably starting a 2-out rally if possible. Taylor Ward, can he keep it going? Already 500 on the day as he will swing through this one in the dirt. Nobody will move up, though. Watching that one off the plate. Ball 1. Down low, swinging at the slider, getting him to chase. 1-2, and chases the four-seamer upstairs. No extra runs for the Angels. So we're going to take things to the bottom of the 8th here. We still have UC on the mound. I told you not too many pitchers go this deep, but I wanted to give him a chance at a complete game shutout if possible. Taylor will go there and bunt this one down, hop out of the box, and he throws that one wide, throwing him off the bag. Error there probably on the catcher. I don't think they'll award that with a base hit. Actually, they will award that with the base hit. They're going to give him the hit there on that, but we're going to go to the bullpen. We had Jose, I hope I said his last name right, Quajaya? We had him up and ready in the bullpen, so Kichi Very good start though. 7 innings, no runs given up. I think he finished with 8 or 9 strikeouts here today. Only 4 hits given up, 4 or 5 hits given up. Strong day. You see the crowd is giving that standing ovation for him. Or bringing Jose Squadda. That's what I'm gonna go with, Squadda. Y'all know what to do down below, man. If this is your favorite team, y'all better correct me on these names. I know that much. And let me know down below too. Who are Angels fans? Now, I will openly admit my favorite team is the New York Yankees, so I have not yet gotten a chance to use my team because we don't struggle. But I am here with the Angels, so let me know if you are an Angels fan down below or what team that you do like in real life. So we're going to get a strikeout there after the steal attempt as Taylor's able to move up. Then we get back-to-back strikeouts there from Jose to go ahead and negate the run-scoring opportunity that quickly. And then 1-2 here. We chopped into the ground. We're going to go after it. Hawk throws over to third. And he won't get him. So now that runner is just 90 feet away from tying this ball game up. And still trying to keep things on the corners, on the edges here as we go ahead and walk him up top upstairs. Is they're going to immediately go to Brooks Baldwin to pinch run as he could be the game deciding run. So he could take the lead for them if possible. We haven't been hitting too well on our end. So Andrew Benintendi trying to be the hero as he grounds this one over to Renfringo. And we're going to take care of that 8 strong innings of work by the starter and bullpen to lead us into the 9th inning here. We're trying to get some extra insurance as Mike Trout gets his first hit of the season. It's going to be a base hit into the corner. We thought about 2, but them old legs is not moving like they used to. Logan will come in right after him with a full count after we get a strikeout. We were going to get a walk to put runners at first and second. Yohan Moncada then after him. Clear chance to possibly bring a run across as he stretches out for that one. They're going to get it over to third, throw to second for 1. That throw was over the head of the dugout, and we started to go home but started to turn back around because we thought we might not get it. And honestly, that one was kind of my fault. That's a base running blunder that almost turned out to be smart. I sent them home just because I thought they were going to get the double play. Then when I saw it went over his head, I wanted to get back because I didn't think it would go that far. And then by the time I noticed that they did go that far, we tried to go home. And yeah, y'all see the back and forth. It was not going to be able to be scored. I'm lucky that we got back without getting out. So we had another chance here to score them. But the drop third strike will be easily thrown down. We're going to have to take things to the bottom of the 9th. Up 1-0. And coming out of the bullpen here is Kenley Jansen. Last year was 27 for 31. 3.29 ERA, 106 whip with a 28% strikeout rate. I could use some strikeouts right now. We've had a very good game of striking out this White Sox lineup, so we want to keep it going if possible. And the first thing he does is throw 2 quick strikes here to Mike. Getting that one in the zone as well as Neto will have to come over and make a play. Throw goes over to first, and he's got him with ease. I might take off those throwing meters too as well. Like I said, I want it to be somewhat ratings. I want it to be all ratings based, so that way that their fielding stuff matters too as well. So I might turn that off because obviously the ratings make it easier for you to make the plays, but I'm still kind of making the plays. But let me know down below what you guys think. You guys think I should take that off or leave it on here as we ground this one to the right side. That's going to be a base hit that squeezes through the outfield. Lynn Sosa keeping hopes alive for Andrew Vaughn with 2 outs. Runner at first. We're going to have to see if he's able to pull anything off here. Slider downstairs does not do anything. Swings and misses through this one. We're going to look and throw that down to second base. Though as that one got away for a quick second. The 1-2 to Andrew. Be taken off the plate. We'll have to reset. 2-2. Chopped on the ground, foul. Bringing it right back one more time as he pops this one to left field. Going back, and it will be foul as well. Andrew does have crazy amounts of power here. 2-2. Swings and misses through the slider low and away. And your Angels will come away with a opening day victory. That's the way to kick off the series. We're starting off with a brand new team, brand new roster that's underrated. And we come out and show why we might be able to win these games. Now, granted, this was a very low-scoring game. Not much offense around. We did end up finishing with 7 hits, which isn't too bad, but only able to score 1. Shows a little bit of inconsistency there. We're able to get these 1 hits on, get 2 guys on, but not able to get them around. So it's going to have to be fixed for us. We got to get them RBI numbers up. As Joe Adele today was the lone RBI guy with the solo home run. Renfro, 2 for 4 and a double. Yolanda, 1 for 4. Logan, 1 for 3 and a walk. So great games by them to go ahead and get this season kicked off right, as Luis Renfringo was the only person to get multiple hits in today's game. 0 first from Soler, who went 0 for 4 and 4 strikeouts, which is kind of concerning. And then pitching wise, Say you see 7 innings, 4 hits, 7 Ks, 2 strikeouts by each of the relievers. So I mean, 2 of the 3 outs they had to get were both strikeouts. Both allowed a runner to get on too as well. And if we just look here, something we'll be looking at too when we're focusing on starting pitchers is the pitch analysis. I just wanted to look really quick because our starter was doing very, very good with getting a lot of swings and misses all day, especially on the cutter. See there, he threw 51 cutters today, 86% were strikes. You see them kind of like all over the zone here. You can actually change the situations, the results, the pitch types, and all that type of things to see where they're going. So I changed this one over. It says 4 seams, but it's showing the cutters. I mean, a cutter is a fastball or type A fastball. And you can see just here the swings and misses. You can see all the different categories that you can look at: chase, line drives, choppers, home runs, put in play, weakly hit, hardly hit, check swing, deep strike. Like, there's so many different categories that you can look at for these pitches that it makes it a great tool to see, you know, what your pitcher is doing. And a lot of these were swung on. You see all the swings right through here. Not all of them swings and misses. I was trying to find out with the swing and miss category, but there's just all the ones that were swung on. You see all the ones that were fouled. A lot of them, a lot of outs. Only 2 that were really hits. A couple that were swung on and missed. None for a strikeout. I don't see any taken either, but it is what it is. So we're going to get our first win of the season. And now from here, we'll kind of look to do big jumps throughout the season, kind of get a lot of games throughout, a couple of critical situations, player locks throughout here, but mainly focusing on that scouting from week to week as soon as we get that opened up. Now, one thing I didn't check out at the beginning of the video to let you guys know was our top prospects, of course. We wanted to go and take a look at that here, as if we're looking at our prospect list, our very first prospect would surprise y'all. I had to scroll all the way down. Not in the top 50. Not even in the top 60, top 70, not top 75. I was starting to think, do we even have one in the top 100? And yes, we do. It's Caden Dana, one of our starting pitchers. And I didn't even look at when I was looking at the main menu. 64 overall, or C potential, 21 years old. Had a little bit of MLB time, but only 10 innings and 3 starts and gave up 11 runs. Not what I want to see at all. We tried to draft him in 2022 and ring him up immediately. Did not work. But he is our top prospect all the way back at 83. So this farm system is going to need some work, because what they like to do is take MLB ready talent, their best prospects, and get them to the show as soon as possible and start getting them MLB experience immediately. Does it always work out? Maybe not. But the Angels have been historically a decent team, at least in the last decade or last 2 decades. So I wouldn't necessarily say it doesn't work. But we'll see if we can change up that approach just slightly and get guys up when they're actually MLB ready instead of trying to do it a little bit early. So if you guys do enjoy this episode, man, you guys are ready for the series going to kick off, make sure you guys leave a like, comment, and subscribe, man, for your boy. We'll be doing this more regularly. I'm going to try to post every day and keep a regular schedule between this, the Rams, because it is coming back, Sly 3 until we finish it, and Ace until we at least finish through 1 season of that. We're going to try to get those out daily for you guys. So make sure you guys tune back in. I'll be posting an Angels video twice a week. I think it'll be today, which is Tuesday, and Sunday, if I remember correctly, on my schedule. But just expect that schedule to I'll probably put it in the community tab so you guys can know what days for what videos. But just turn the bell on and you guys will know which videos are coming out every day at 4 p.m. Eastern. So I love every single one of you guys, man. Leave a like, comment, subscribe on your way out. Once again, if you want to show love and support to your boy, it's me, your boy, GM Smooth. And I'll catch you guys back here with the Angels again next time. Later.